Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Rutan SkiGull makes its first flight, Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome needs help to rebuild, NASA and Virgin Galactic form a partnership. I'm Bri Cross. It's November 30th, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. When it comes to innovative aircraft designs, our friend Burt Rutan is a guy to watch. And last week, his latest creation, called the SkiGull, made its first flight in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Here's some of what Burt had to say about the first flight on his Facebook page. Yesterday, our test team, pre-flight, briefed the first flight, took off from runway 06 at KCOE, flew for 1.8 hours, and landed back on 06. The aggressive test card included all the basic stability and control flight tests with the cruise configuration and with flap down and skis extended. All maneuvers on the card were performed on this first flight. Speeds for first flight were limited to less than 80 knots and altitude to less than 8,000 feet. Regarding future plans, Rutan wrote, quote, "While I do plan to continue designing new airplanes, the SkiGull is the very last airplane that I will be personally involved in building. I built the SkiGull in my garage starting 20 months ago, and it was a grueling exercise for an old guy in his 70s, end quote. The Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome, which is a living and flying museum dedicated to World War I era aircraft, has turned to the crowdfunding site GoFundMe in an effort to help rebuild its gift shop and model museum, which was destroyed by a fire in August. According to the crowdfunding page, the loss included the building itself, all gift shop merchandise, as well as historic items, such as fabric from World War I pilot Cole Palin's original SPAD 13 fighter, and a piece of original SPAD fabric from the 95th Aero Squadron. All the shop's business equipment and displays were also destroyed. Much of it is replaceable, but a great deal is priceless and a huge loss. Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome says that they are committed to rebuilding the structure, but the need for support and fundraising is greater now than ever. The aerodrome has already raised $280,000 through traditional methods and has initiated the crowdfunding effort to raise an additional $100,000 needed to complete the project. After the break, Virgin Galactic works with NASA.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. If you would like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. Last week, NASA announced that it had selected Virgin Galactic as a partner in its Collaborative Opportunities Program. As part of this new partnership, NASA will provide Virgin Galactic with technical expertise and access to test facilities to aid the development of LauncherOne small satellite launch service. This announcement represents Virgin Galactic's third competitively bid partnership with NASA. Previously, NASA announced it has purchased flights on board both Spaceship Two and LauncherOne, with which it will fly dozens of experiments and small satellites built by universities, startups, and government labs. The company said in a news release that while it is proud to be a privately funded and commercially operated business, quote, "We are also thrilled to be working with an organization as iconic and successful as NASA," end quote. Each week, we share with you an online video that one of our viewers found especially entertaining. We call it our Aero Video of the Week.
Final liftoff of Atlanta.
There's nothing like doing aerobatics in an old-fashioned airplane that happens to be new. This video shows the new Great Lakes biplane in action. Search Great Lakes biplane and Jinnykins on YouTube. After these messages, an Air Force drone goes down.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B ATX-100 and ATX-100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. An Air Force Research Laboratory-sponsored X-56A unmanned air vehicle went down last week on the Rogers Dry Lake Bed Test Range at Edwards Air Force Base in California. The mishap occurred shortly after takeoff, and initial estimates report severe damage to the vehicle. A pilot training device for instrument flight under development by Icarus Devices will be introduced soon. Icarus is intended to replace existing view-limiting devices that pilots use for instrument training with a product that electronically switches between transparent and opaque. A new version of the sci-fi classic Lost in Space is said to be coming soon to Netflix, but like the series, the premiere will be sometime in the future. Last week near Love Field in Dallas, Texas, the FAA reports that at least 8 airplanes were targeted by a laser in 1 hour. It was the second time this month that there were multiple laser incidents near the airport. Duncan Aviation has scheduled its final free ADS-B seminar for 2015. The seminar will be held December 9th. Regional Avionics Sales Manager Mark Francic will host the final seminar of the year at the 94th Aero Squadron Restaurant in Van Nuys, California. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. As Tecnam continues to work on their 11-seat, twin-piston engine aircraft called the P-2012 Traveler, they have announced that 2 integrated electronic engines built by Lycoming have been successfully installed on the test aircraft. Rollout of the P-2012 Traveler is due in February, and its first flight is scheduled for June 2016. Lycoming's IE-2 engine and engine control concept is designed from the ground up to be electronically controlled. It's claimed the electronically controlled system enables operators to realize reduced maintenance costs and increased aircraft availability while simultaneously reducing pilot workload. Added to this is the ability of the engine control unit to continuously monitor and report engine performance. Tecnam has selected a single-turbo, non-intercooled configuration of the engine, designated the TEO 540C1A. Paulo Pascale, Tecnam Managing Director, said in part, quote, "This configuration provides the P-2012 Traveler with the power, durability, and efficiency necessary for our first intended use as a passenger airplane. The Lycoming-powered Tecnam P-2012 Traveler is designed to comply with both FAR Part 23 and EASA CS23 certification." Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network. the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.